see, and I thought I would talk about my body before. I've come with pictures because I was in my storage unit and I was going through pictures. I was like, I need to scan some pictures so people understand my own ketogenic journey. I'm 55. I'm going to go back to, I think, pictures of when I was 17 so we can talk about just everything, how my body has changed or evolved before I did keto and after. So I'm 55 years old, going on 56. This is my body, as you guys can see, right? And I show it all the time, but I want people to understand that when people are chasing health or they're chasing that like low body fat, what's up, Elena? There's a lot of misnomers, misunderstanding on how this is actually achieved. There's a lot of things that play roles. Like number one, like I've been working out my entire life. I never stopped, even through all my surgeries. I found one picture of me going through, oh no, two or three pictures of me going through my surgeries on my knee. I had 10 surgeries on my left knee. So when people talk about, oh, my back is bad, my knee is bad, it's just a lot of excuses because I've had severe debilitating injuries and still I fought through it. There's so many things to do, and I have people are like, oh, thank you, Elena. There's so many things that have to do with like why your blood sugar is too high. I have a lot of people writing in the comment section on this channel like, oh, my blood sugar's high and it's all over the place and I quit this or I quit carnivore, I can't deal with it. But I'm doing everything right. No one is doing everything right. No one. It takes a long time. Even myself, every single freaking year, I literally improve and I understand more my own body every year. Like, it doesn't end. Just because I've been doing this for almost 16 years doesn't mean that I hit like the pinnacle level of success and everything's amazing. But I can say that all of the choices that I have made have pretty much sort of pickled me throughout time. So let's get into it. I have something between my teeth, which is not enjoyable when you're on camera. Let me drink some water here. Let me check out some of you guys' questions. I don't know what my body fat is. Probably about 15% body fat right now. I don't really know. That's my body right now. You guys can make the judgment. Let's see. I don't know what my body fat is right now, but this is me full natty. Completely natural. I'm 5'3", probably about 15% body fat. This is the Gadunka at 55. That's what the booty looked like. This is what the body looks like. Okay. So let's go back. I got some pictures here. This will be an interesting conversation. I still have something between my teeth. Let me see if I can get rid of it with flossing it. Hold on one sec, y'all. That was so annoying. I couldn't even handle it. I like felt something between my teeth. Okay, let's do this. Let's go into the deep dive. This is me, 55. Really close to the camera. Okay. Calm down, Musa. It's been a long day, my people. A lot of you don't know. I'm going to just go a little bit into my background before I start showing you pictures, but I am obviously 55, and in September I will be 56, and in 4 years I'll be 60. Freaking bizarre to me. It makes me want to throw up a little bit. Not the fact that I'm this age, it's the fact that every time I meet people, thank you, Brian. Every time I meet people in my age group who are so like, I'm getting older, or this is what happens when you get older. Oh, I'm going through menopause, and this is all natural, and this is all normal. Well, when I was very young, refused always to have my body fall apart. So it's a big part of my character to never give up about anything. So when I start doing more lifestyle videos and doing exposés on how bad people treated me in Texas and why I don't like Texas, it has a lot to do with the way I was treated in this small town. It was absolutely deplorable and disgusting and awful and just rotten people to the core. But I digress. I've had a lot of really crazy experiences. I've traveled all over the world, from living in Europe for 16 years to going to an African village for 2 months before the internet, my people. Like, I didn't know what I was getting into. East Africa, by the way. And the knee surgeries, I didn't put no lotion on my knees, on my legs. Let me see if you guys can show you the scar, so you guys really understand why. See this? See that? That's just the main scar right there. See that? So I don't want to hear people. I've got them all around the whole knee because I've had 10 surgeries. I used to be a professional skateboarder. You can actually go online and find me in the Smithsonian Institute as the first African-American pro skater in the history of the sport. And I was really kind of struggling with that image because I don't like to put emphasis on color, but because I'm the first, what the frack, why not? Why not go in there like that? So somebody's asking about their A1C and all that. I'll get into these questions afterwards. Kind of want to give people a little bit of a brief background. So yes, I've been doing sports my whole life. That is correct. I've never been fat, ever, because I would never allow it. So when people try to diminish my body by saying, how can you be a health coach? You've never been fat. That really irritates the crap out of me, because at 55, going on 56, listen up, my people. Okay? I don't have to be fat. You just take my age and my injury. See that knee? That means no running, no lunging. See that? No running, no lunging, no nothing. I can't jump. I can't run. I can't run out of a burning building. My knee is jacked. And I know you've never seen no other gurus with this type of a debilitating injury coming from a professional sport that's a wackadoodle sport. You've never seen that. And someone who has beat the odds, who has a channel, who doesn't sell you a bunch of BS and nonsense. And thank you, Texas girl in the crazy world, living with Texas girl in a crazy world. So I think that we're living in a time where people cannot be proud of their achievements. It's seen as braggadocious. But I don't care what anybody thinks. And this is what happens when you get older. This is the reason why I'm on the internet talking the way I do. A lot of people are so afraid to be themselves because people judge. I remember when I used to talk to Carnivore Yogi all the time, like on camera, she's like one way, and then we used to talk every day. And then off camera, she'd be hella funny, like hella completely different. And I'd be like, you need to let other people see that side of you, because it's a side that I really love. And she struggled with it because people can be such dicks on the internet. They can just be like, they just come for you. And if you're not confident, you know what I mean? This is why it's so easy to sell people dreams and fantasies and, just eat a bunch of protein or prime and you're going to be great. And it's going to happen. And then the next phase is fasting and all this absolute noise and garbage and ridiculousness. And I'm here to say how proud I am for the work and the achievements that I have done in my life, relentlessly, tirelessly, without grinding yourself to the bone, to the nth degree, never giving up on your dreams, no matter what, no matter how hard life gets. You must get your ass up, dust yourself off, and you got to keep going. When I do these consultations, people will say like, all these things, can I get fixed? And I said, the first thing that you need to do is you need to have hope and you need to believe. Because if you don't believe in anything, ain't nothing going to happen. Okay, you want to get off your thyroid medication, you have to have the belief that you can. You want to get off your SSRIs, you have to believe that's the antidepressant medications. If you want to get off your benzos, you have to believe that you can. If you want to quit your coffee, you have to believe that you can. If you think that giving up your coffee and your cheese and your nuts are difficult, then Okay, somebody asked me about Judy Oyama. Me and Judy are like this, yo. Me and Judy go back, way back. So Judy is another, she's a skateboarder, used to skate for Santa Cruz. I'm gonna talk about that later. But let's get into, I need to talk to Judy. She is just an absolute sweetheart. Now, let's go. Um, I just have to get through this rant of trying to tell y'all that in my life, I have, yeah, I know, Colleen, I have gone through difficulties in life. Nobody shows you what's difficult in life. They get on the camera and they're like, la la la, everything's fine, but nobody, like, even the people that I watch, right, no matter what it is, like, nobody's ever saying when they have a bad day. Or there's like drama on the internet, and then you get eyeballs because drama, makes other people who are struggling feel like, things are normal. Like this particular person on the internet who was trying to do roasting videos of me, but like, I literally don't care. Like, it doesn't matter in the scope, in the full scope of time. It doesn't matter. Literally. It just doesn't matter. What matters is your own happiness. And a lot of people don't understand. They just get caught up in that Brady Bunch reality. I know some of y'all are too young to know who the Brady Bunch, what this TV show is, but people get too caught up in this perfect sitcom reality. I'm just seeing people, I'll meet people and they're like trying to do the American dream. They're trying to have like the house and the kids and the job and the car and blah, blah, blah. Now, not that the kids part, I think kids are amazing and wonderful, and the reason why I don't have kids, because people ask me this question, is because I knew that I never wanted to be a single mother. Never. That once I meet my dude, that's my dude for life. Then I would have a child. I never wanted to have children in a broken home. Period. So since I didn't find my dude, then I didn't have the kids. And I'm okay with that, because I'm never, ever, ever going to get with somebody for convenience and to pay bills and then fall out of love and then get divorced and be a woman that micromanages a man all day long. I'm never going to be that person. But what I want to do is encourage you guys that it doesn't matter what you're experiencing in life. I got another dumb comment of somebody saying that they're doing carnivore and eating a bunch of protein and they're amazing. They don't listen to me when I say that down the road, okay, sometimes it takes a while for your potassium and your magnesium, thank you, Plum, potassium and magnesium storages to start to get wacky, right? Because you store it in the blood, and sometimes it doesn't stabilize in the blood, your magnesium and your potassium, and you start to notice the reactions or the affectation of having your electrolytes out of balance, but you may not even notice it. Like, I didn't notice this for 5 years, my people. 5 years I did not notice any problems that were eyebrow raising. Okay, as time went on, your body goes like, it starts morphing into all these different things with me trying to figure it out. Now, when I did keto, there was nobody else around. There was Maria Emmerich. I mean, like, girlfriend, you've done great lasting this long, boo-boo, but whatever, she's in her lane. I don't like what she's doing to her body and how she coaches her stuff, but she was around back then. And Jimmy Moore, who's locked up right now, you know what he is. He's a pedocyclist, but take away the cyclist part. That's it. There wasn't nobody else around. Okay, it was like the new world, like the land of the new adventure of eating a low carb diet. This is just post the Atkins diet, and where Dr. Atkins, who slipped and fell, okay, he did not get a heart attack, as a lot of people believe that he died of his own high red meat diet, which, as you know, the people who follow me know that's a bunch of nonsense. By the way, you guys, don't forget to like up the stream. I don't see who's liking up the stream, but it does bring people to my lives, and I'm about to go through some of these pictures. But before I do, I really just want to preface to you guys that I understand, like, I really understand when some people like cave into SSRIs. These are antidepressant medications because they're desperate. I understand that people have a hard time trying to get off their thyroid medication. I get it. I totally friggin' understand. But when I coach people and they're so afraid to get off this these pharmacological interventions. Thank you, Jan. They're so afraid to get off these medications because, they're afraid to feel bad for 5 seconds. You need to get strong. You need to, I don't have white knuckles, but you need to yellow knuckle it if you look like me. You need to I'll just say, you need to white knuckle this stuff. You need to hold on tight. You need to put on that seatbelt, and you need to get off this garbage. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be dependent on this nastiness. They think that you got to be on these thyroid and synthroid and levothyroxine and armor and all this garbage. And every single person who's on all of these like medications are so afraid to get off. Like it's like I find the strength within my soul, and I go off that stuff. When I went through all these surgeries, they had me on codeine, right? And I was like, I had so much pain, y'all, because I had 10 surgeries. 10. And every time my knee would start to heal, they'd go and cut again. It was, my leg got infected. Yes, you see this? This is a leg that got infected, okay? So, everything that could go wrong in a surgery, and this was in Sweden, so you can't sue, right? Everything that could go wrong there went wrong. So literally, the stress, when people are like, you've never been fat, I'm like, you've never been crippled. Don't even talk to me. People can't see that I have a limp because I don't show that I have a limp. I can't run anymore, right? When I moved back from Europe to the States and I started hanging out with the skaters like Tony Hawk, I was like, they were like, come on, Steph, let's go skate. And I was like, I can't skate like I used to anymore. So it made me so freaking sad. And I was like, I'm not going to hang around these people and feel less. So I'm going to find something else and crush that and feel my best. I'm not going to be around something and a skate scene where I'm going to sit and watch. I'm never going to be an observer. I'm never going to sit in the crowd. I'm always going to be in the middle. I'm always going to be the person on the stage. That's just how it is. I'm always going to be the person in the front of the line. I don't want to miss one iota, 1 second, 1 minute of my life. I don't want to miss nothing. Okay, my people? Life goes by like this. Y'all don't understand what's going on in this world today. You don't understand. When I moved from California to Tennessee and Texas in the middle by myself with fears of not being able to get out of California with my horse because they said, oh, you may not be able to travel interstate. And then you have to like show me your papers like to travel international. And I was like, because I was traveling, my people. I got thousands of pictures because I used to work as a photographer. So I'm like, okay, well, we need to reinvent ourselves. I got to reinvent myself no matter what is going on, right? I'm getting older just like y'all. I'm aging. I am aging just like any human should age, but I am going to age gracefully. Okay. I'm not playing this nonsense of, oh my God, I got to give up my coffee. Like, don't you miss carbs? No, I don't. Don't you miss looking young? Don't you miss having energy? Don't you miss being a badass? Tell me if I miss eating that nastiness. No, ma'am. I don't miss any of that crap. No. I love that 20 minutes of eating your ice cream with your garbage or this or that or drinking your coffee. The 20 minutes of pleasure that you get, it leads to a lifetime of health issues where this fabulousness is forever, right? I was with the guy who put up my power pole. We're friends. He's like the one person I know. He's the one person who's literally helped me with a million things in this town. And he said, we were talking about our parents. All of our parents who are in our 50s are all dying. They're dying. They have health issues. They're falling apart. All of our parents have these, I look at pictures of my mom, just 10 years ago. That was yesterday. And the aging that this woman has gone through, I don't even put her on camera anymore because it's just especially after getting some cookies, okay? Y'all, my code word, know my code word for cookie boxes. And she has just aged exponentially, and it makes me angry because I fight and I champion to try to keep that woman healthy, and they just throw it away. They just throw it in the toilet because they get used to eating. I said, Mom, we ain't living in the 70s anymore. Okay, Crisco is bad for you. Okay, like corn oil is bad for you, mama. Like all of these things. Like our parents that were like, if you're a Gen X, Generation X, yeah, if you're a Gen X like I am, our parents, were like born in the 40s and 50s, and then like when you have the 60s and 70s and through the 80s, that's when they were young. And that's when all of this plastic food and all of the whole low carb garbage came into play. Thank you, Ansel Keys. So there are people from so long ago who convinced people that red meat is bad for you and cholesterol is bad for you. I still have people today in consultation saying it's okay to eat egg yolks and butter. I'm like, wow, the brain scrub is real, right? Like the living in a cave is real. I'm so used to being out of the cave that when I hear people do cave talk, I'm like, that's the whole Platonian concept. I think it was Socrates or Plato was like, everybody's in a cave looking at paintings on the wall. They don't realize they're in a cave. And somebody's like, hey, look, somebody said artificial lights. No, I don't think the artificial lights are worse than the diet. I think that they are the drop over the glass. But I'm just so excited about my life. I feel alive. And I remember, like, was it like 15 years The Secret came out? I was like, that crap is so stupid. The reason why I felt that The Secret was so bad, like manifesting what you want, because I'd gone to Africa and stayed in small villages. And wear me some African pictures. And these people are impoverished. And why are they why do they suffer, and then I'm living in why I'm not privileged, I'm not better than nobody else? Like why? So at the end of the day, now that I'm older, I realize that for whatever reason, I was born in the United States. I've traveled all over the world, and I am so lucky to be from here. I am so glad that when the sheets get pulled off, ripped off your eyes, and our economy is about to take a big turd, and prices are going to climb even higher, it won't matter. Because I went through blood, sweat, and mother-sucking tears to get where I am right here and right now and today. Get off your butts and make it happen. Stop looking online at gurus telling you a bunch of garbage, and that's including me. Go and find the truth yourself. I have this series, Real People with Real Stories. You listen to them. I say to them, why did you take this advice that ruined your health and gave you gout and he sent you to the hospital and gave you a gallbladder attack or whatever these things that people are experiencing, hypoglycemia where they're crawling on the floor and they can't get up. And they say, because we're desperate. We're desperate to get better, and then everybody makes everything sound so easy. And nothing in life is easy. Nothing worth anything is easy. Everything that is amazing and beautiful you had to work hard for it. So it's okay that you didn't lose your weight right away. It's okay that you failed right away. It's okay that you did your fasting and now your weight's coming back, because you got to get back on that horse and try again. But try again with smarter wisdom now. When you're 55, you're like, okay, I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made before. I am not. And she didn't mute my phone. Oh, goodness. I'm not. I don't have the time. I watch my mom. I'm like, what are you doing? You know this isn't good for you. What are you doing, woman? You don't got a lot of years left. You got to savor every little freaking moment of life. People don't give a shite. We are so lazy in the United States. Not everybody. Damn, a lot of people. The culture is dumb. It's embarrassing. People must be laughing at us all over the world. They be laughing their ass off at us dum-dums over here. And we have it so freaking good. All right? So that's my rant. I wanted to talk about that nothing in life is for free. I'm 55. I don't look young, and yes, I do. And I don't look young. People are like, you don't look young. Okay, next, delete, bye. I don't look young because of genetics. I look young because of epigenetics, and that's what you do with your DNA. Okay? Because when I started aging in my 30s, I was like, and I'm going to go show you some pictures where I look older than I do now. Let's get this popping. All right. This is me. The Greek guy is full on in Cali, in the Cali world. And, as soon as I moved out, then people on the left side of the street get all triggered. And we just stopped talking because he really believes in how the people in CHINA live. He believes in that. He thinks that people should be in 1-5 city. He believes in all of that. He believes you should get be a pincushion, get poked all day long. He was like, people need to shut up and wear their friggin' menstrual pad with ear straps on their face and stop complaining. Like, you saw things in Friends over the last three years that you never thought you would see. You're like, what? He was all down with all of that. Like, hey, the more we're in prison, the better. He loved all of that. All of it. And then it's so funny because I'm a black woman, and none of my white friends ever asked me, never once, what's it like to be black? Never. And then when this happened, they were like, oh my God, it's for the people. Put a black square in your shite, in your social media. I was like, what you talking about, Willis? Get out of my face. You don't even, y'all are sleeping. Now let's get into it. All right. This is me at 17. Now, I'm from California, so my black ass was in the sun. I was outside in the sun all day, every day, all day, every day. So I almost look like I'm a different person. Here we go. There you go. That's me. That is me at 17. Okay? That's me at 17. 17. 55. Let's keep it rolling. Okay. Let's see here. This is me. These are all me as a teenager. This is that same photo shoot. I had a friend. The reason why we did this is because he did a painting of me, so he wanted to take pictures. So you can see how dark I am. I was in the sun all the time. All right. Now, this is going to be a progression, and this is just a fun little live. So, for anybody who thought I was going to do massive, dietary stuff, let's do something different today. Now, this is me doing photo shoots when I think I was 18 or 19. I know, Jan. It is real. Jan's like the brain scrub is real. So this is me at 18 or 19. I have always been different. Okay? I don't know how, but this is the way I dressed in the 80s. Okay? This is me in the 80s. Oh, no, I think this is me 19. That's right, because I got that leather jacket in, Amsterdam. That's me. Look at that little cute hat. What? This is me at 19. Okay, I think this is 1986, right? Look at me trying to. This is me at 19. Yeah, not 18. This is me at 19. Okay. I was always into fashion, always. And now all I do is wear dirty clothes around horses and wear Carhartt hats that apparently that company made people do the cookie box to work. I know, not a model stance. Okay. Let me see here. Let me get into some more recent. If I got any more when I was a teenager. So those were a couple pictures when I was 19. Yeah. So the year that I went to Europe, okay, for skateboarding. This is me, okay, when I was 19 and I was in Germany. Okay, I'm doing a frontside boneless. That's me. Okay, that's the first, I think, 3 or 4 days that I was in Germany. Okay, so you guys, I talked about being a professional skateboarder. So this is me in the south of France in a town called Lacanau, France. Also doing a frontside boneless. And that is when I got sponsored by the and if you look at the lefty stuff that says on the skateboard right there. Look at that. Okay, I was a full-on Smurf. And you can see Ethnies on the board. So that is the competition. I got Ethnies, and that's me. Okay. So, y'all, I say I was a skateboarder, and nobody can like visualize it, so I'm showing you some pictures of when I skated. This is me in London. There are some banks in London, England. Sorry for the reflection. So I'm just carving some banks. Let me show you some more pictures of me skating. This is like, God, I have too many pictures in a frontside bone. I mean, frontside air. Okay, so this is me skating years ago, frontside air. That was the ramp I learned how to skateboard on in San Jose, California. This is also that same ramp. So when I was skateboarding with the guys, and it was only me and the guys, they would never take me serious if I acted like a girl. So I was full on tomboy. But that's back in the day when people actually wore skate pads. Look at, like, I've got wrist guards and elbow pads and knee pads and all this kind of crap. So back in the day, I was sponsored by, my first sponsor was a skate shop, right? It was called Gremick. And it was two brothers, Mike and Eric Gremick? No, Mike and Greg Gremick. And they sponsored me with that. I was able to enter the California Amateur Skateboard League that Tony Hawk's dad ran. His dad's name is Frank Hawk. So I started skateboarding in the California Amateur Skateboard League, and I started off as a street skater, and then I graduated to a vert skater, and then I became the first African American pro female vert skater. I'm not talking about nothing about the diet right now. We're gonna go through some pictures, and then I'm gonna answer your guys' question. Okay, here we go. Because people on the replay about have a conniption shite. Okay, this is that same photo shoot with my hair wild when I was 19, I think. Yeah, I was 19 there. Okay, girl had the look at this. This is the 80s. Clearly, this is the 80s. All right, let's keep it rolling. Now, I ended up traveling a lot when I was skateboarding, and this is also when I was 17. So, me now, me at 17. Okay. So funny. I lived in Europe for 16 years. So this is like this is me in Switzerland, and not only was I this is when I learned how to do frontside grinds, obviously, in California before I ever traveled. When I'm showing you a timeline of, so what got me to Europe was, this is in front of my house, as you can see. This is the 80s, because look at that old limo. Look, girl had her sweater tied diagonally. Okay, we're talking, this is the 80s. It's like 1985, I think. And I started skateboarding in 1984. And thank you, Vicky. And these two guys, two white dudes right there, were like, you got to come to Europe. So when I say that I lived in Europe for 16 years, that's how I started. That's why det är därför jag pratar svenska. That's why I speak Swedish, is because it started with these two German guys that came and stayed with me. And that's like a story that the European skaters would go and come to California to the California competitions that were going up in Northern California and Southern California. And they were so sweet. Like the European guys, the American guys were such dicks. So the European guys didn't have the egos, and they were like super sweet and cute and funny, and they were like, come to Europe. So but anyway, what ended up happening, I was in Oceanside, California, because I grew up I was born in Los Angeles, then I went to school in the Bay Area near San Francisco and in San Jose and Silicon Valley. And these guys, so I met these guys in Southern California, then went up to Northern California, met these guys in San Francisco, and they asked me, this is a typical Steph story, like I have so many skate stories. They were like, oh my God, like, can we fly? They walked up to me and they said, is there a flight from San Francisco to San Jose? I'm like, it's a 45-minute drive. There's no flights. And he was like, there's no commercial airline flights. And I was like, do you need to go there? Like, I'm from there. And they're like, yeah. So they were just literally messing with me to try to get a ride. So I said, well, jump in my car. And I drove back to San Jose. And I was living with my mom because I was a teenager. And I was a block away from my house. And I stopped at a 7-Eleven. And we had phones, like, you know, like street phones there. And I called my mom and I said, hey, Mom, can I have some friends from Germany come and stay with us? And she said no. And I was like, and they were in my face. They're like, what did she say? What did she say? And I'm like, she said yes. And she said no. And so I was like, you know, swallowing a big knot in my throat. And we go to the front door and my mom looks at me like, and they ended up staying for 2 months. So my mom loved them. They ended up staying for 2 months. And then that's when I wanted to go to Europe, when I was still a teenager. I was like 17, something like that. Okay, so if I keep going through some of these old pictures, I mean, these, I got some pictures that go way back. Okay, clearly I'm not organized as usual. Okay, by the way, if you guys don't know what my mother looks like, this is what my mother looks like. This is way before the, this is before the cancer, the brain cancer. So at that time I was trying to be a photographer, so I was trying to like take all these crazy pictures. All right. Okay, so this was me skateboarding at the World's Fair in Canada, and I'll never forget because I got a concussion here. We were skating in the bowl after. You can see me there. And Tony Hawk sat down with me. He's like, are you okay, Stephanie? And I'm like, you know, he's like, I'm going to sit with, he was so sweet at that time. He's like, I'm going to sit with Stephanie until she feels better, because this guy ran into me in this bowl, and Tony Hawk sat with me. But I don't have a picture of it. But here we go. This is skateboard competition in Ireland, in Dublin, from years and years ago. So I ended up leaving and I went to Europe, and I stayed in Germany at first with those two guys, and then I started venturing out, and then I moved to Europe and all this. So if I show you, let's see here. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. So this, I'm going to show you what my body looked like before I started working out, so you guys can kind of see. I'm only 5'3", so I had this very, very petite, small frame. So this is me in California when I think I was 19 then or something like that. So you can see I had no muscles. See that? No muscles, just small. That is me, I think, at 19. So you can see this is me now. Like, obviously I have I have a built frame, and you can see there I don't. This light's hella annoying. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that. That is what my body looked like when I was about 19, before I started working out. See that? No muscle. Just a small girl. Okay, let's see here. You should post a montage of your Instagram of skate photos. I do have some on my Instagram. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic, by the way. As you guys can see, this is, I used to work as a photographer. You guys don't know that. So this was like one of my business cards. So when I was shooting models back in Los Angeles, that was like one of the business cards I found. Okay, let's see here. Now, trying to find more pictures of me. Like, this is me skateboarding. That's still that first trip to Germany. Trying to find like a timeline of the pictures of me. So this is the first year I started trying to work out, right there. So that's what I look like right when I just started working out. I didn't have a lot of muscle then, and I'd already busted my knee, as you can see. So this was the first surgery I had. You can see how my left leg had shrunk so much. That was one surgery. And then the surgeries just kept going and going and going. So when I see a picture like this where I don't see scars on the knee, I'm like, oh my God, I start looking at the pictures. Now, let's see if I can find any more pictures of me where my body's just totally normal. Pre-gym. Where you can actually see my body. I think that picture was the best one. All right, now we're going to start showing my body when I ate carbs. I did eat carbs, but I was young. And I started working out when I was 30. Okay. Okay. Now I want you to, I'm going to show you a picture of me post surgeries. I was wearing a 00 in pants and I had no butt. Look at that. This is me in Cuba. Look at this light is driving me nuts. Look at shit. Look at the picture is reflecting. That's what it is. The picture is reflecting all the lights. Look at my pant size. Look at that. I'm wearing a freaking 00. All right, I wear like a 6 now. Okay, this is when I was in my 30s, I think. No, maybe I was 29 there. Okay, so that's really before I started truly hitting the gym hard, and this is right post surgeries. So that's me there. Okay, let's keep this rolling. Now I'm going to show you my legs are so abysmally small here. Butt small, legs small. But this is the year I started working out. You can see tiny little legs. And my legs don't even look like that anymore. Like, I actually have muscle on them even post all the surgeries. So I had no butt back then. I had none. Okay? Now this is the butt now. I had no booty back then at all. Okay? You see that booty? All right, women? You have hope. Oh my God, my butt was as flat as a pancake. I was so tiny. Thank you, Jan. Okay. So this is not an impressive body. Okay? That's just like, I was young. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me see here. This is that same really tiny frame, which, you know, this is not attractive. I was working out here. I think I was 35. I think it was 35 here. Look how small I am at 35. Okay, look at that. That's me at 35 when I just moved back from living in Europe back to the States. Okay, very small. And when you're that small, you ain't gonna have an ass. Okay, you're not. You're not gonna have a butt. You're just not. You're not. So that's me at 35. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, let's see here. Okay. This is typical me where I'm so okay, here's some pictures. Okay, this is me at 37. Okay. I was very low body fat and looked 5,000 times older than I do now. You guys ready? Here we go. This is Stephanie at 37. $55, 37. 55, 37. Okay. This is my body today. See that? This is my body at 30. I was leaner. As you can see, my arms are way more, well, the light is flat. So you clearly cannot see like any cuts, but I was a lot leaner here than I am now. And you can see it in my face. Okay. And clearly I had smaller boobs, as you can see. That's how you know my body fat percentage is very low, because I had absolutely no boobs at all. You see that? If anybody's chasing that look, that's not smart. That's not smart. I look super lean and the abs and everything, but I still have abs and I'm still lean, but I don't look like I'm aging because of gluconeogenesis. This is gluconeogenesis. All right? Look at my face. 37, 55. $18 years ago. 18 years ago? Today. Okay? Now, let's keep it rolling. Whew. Oh, yeah. This was my first surgery. Look at that. That was the first surgery. What a nightmare that was. I mean, I'm lean, but it aged me to be that lean. This is way before keto, when I was just like eating carbs and I wasn't eating that much. And yeah, I was lean. This is when I was like 30. This is when I was 30, I think. 30. This is when I was about 31 or 30. I think 30, maybe 30. Here. I'm just looking at how tiny my legs are. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been muscular. That's why I'm like, this girl is natty. That's why you've seen all these years of me in sports bras. You're like, this girl's not faking her body. Like, I'm not faking it. Oh yeah, here's a picture of me before I started working out. See that? That's me in the Virgin Islands living on a boat. And you know, I had no muscle. If you see my arms then, if you see my arms now, you can see like the frack. There's a big difference between that and this arm here. Any thoughts on hair falling out on carnivore? Yeah, it's your thyroid. Okay, I'm almost done, y'all. I'm gonna take your questions. I was lean though. Girl was lean, but I still got the pec deck. I trained chest way more back then, way more than I do now. Okay, let's see here. This is when I was all into photography. But very little legs. Little itty bitty legs, no booty. Goodness. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. No butt. Look at that. You see, this is proof. No ass. I had Nositol. Yep, I had Nositol. Okay. Same girl. This is the booty now. See that? Look at that. Look at the difference. No booty. Booty. Okay? All right? Somebody's asking me how can I be carbs and be skinny? I mean, I was skating. I was skating like 5 hours a day. You know what I mean? Post skating. Let's see. All right. All right. This, it's a mess. I got a ton of pictures. Oh, I was on crutches for 4 years. Okay. See that? That's 4 years I was on crutches. And I had a brace. I had a brace up to here. 4 years. 4 years. And that is why I did this massive rant in the beginning of this live stream about people feeling sorry for themselves and people saying like, oh, you never been fat. You never been like this for 4 years in another country by yourself with an infection in your leg. I don't want to hear it. Now, let me put some of this away. I just got a lot of pictures. This is me trying to do the modeling thing back in the day. All right. Yeah, not enough calories. Jose is correct. When you're not eating enough food and you're working out all the time, that's how you can be that lean. And you're just an athlete and you're a lot younger. Right? Because if I did that now, if I did that stuff now, my body would be trashed. So luckily I phased over to keto and started eating high fat. So I'm going to look at you guys' comments. You know, it's just just some of my traveling. Look at me. This is me living in Europe. I was so Europeanized at that time. This is me in Brazil. Brazil and Cuba. I think I showed that one of Cuba. Virgin Islands. Denmark. Go now. I was all into photography, and it's so funny to look back at these old pictures when I was a lot younger. See, I've had that tattoo forever in a day. Traveled through Mexico for a month. Now there's my body. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, see I was wearing all the knee braces after all those surgeries. This is pre ever hitting a gym. Never seen a gym in my life at that time when I was just skateboarding. Yes, I've been to, somebody said, you went to Cuba? Yes, I went to Cuba. And stayed with the family also. You know, I've done a lot of traveling. I've done a lot. And lived outside of the U.S. You can see I'm a lot younger. I was in London. Stupid vanity pictures when I was younger. That was in Sweden. This was the first skateboard competition I ever put on in San Jose, California. I'll never forget that. Okay, let's get to it. Yeah, Brazil and Egypt and all these, you know. Here's one of my photography when I was in Egypt. I was super into photography for a minute. I worked as a photographer when I moved back from Sweden. Oh, this is before I worked out. This is before I ever hit a gym or anything. I was just skateboarding. That's the way my body looked when I was younger. So when you work hard, you can build up that muscle memory. And even as you get older, I'm going to download this, I hope that guy doesn't live at that address anymore. Oops. I'm going to download this. This is from a movie I created, so you guys can see that journey. Obviously, I lived in Holland for a while when I was in Egypt. I got a ton of pictures. Okay, let's get to it. I just pulled them from a box. Oh, here's a really great picture of, this is my body post-surgery. Yeah. Who wants to be that small? You know what I mean? And I really want to encourage you guys that you can, the people are chasing that's too small. Look at that. That's too small. That's under eating. You know, I had abs and everything, but that's not this frame that I have now. And we got to be really careful what we're chasing. Here's another really great, this is pre-workout. This is before I ever started working out in a gym. This is what my arms used to look like. This is what my arms now look like. So, you know, working on your body over time, it's the patience that people lose their patience. Now, I'm done with these pictures. Let's talk. Let's talk. I saw these pictures today. I was like, I've got probably 10 boxes of all these pictures from working as a photographer and doing stupid modeling and skateboarding and all of that. And it all starts here when I was 17. That's me at 17. It's kind of fun to see yourself so young, right? 17-year-old. This is me now. I mean, obviously I've gotten older. You can see it. I'm not 17 anymore. But let's get into it. Okay. Let's see what I need to drink some water too. See, I started skating and it messed you messed up your shin and then I quit. First saw the future. Well, I started skateboarding and the first thing I did was snap my ankle and I kept going. Then I snapped my knee and my wrists. I mean, I've done so much as a pro skater. Let's see. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like up the stream, guys. For those who just joined the chat, I sort of gave you a history of all of the people wanted to see the people have been asking to see pictures of me before I ever worked out. Some skate pictures were there and how my body is now, and I really want to show you guys that me now at 55, it is just so much better to I think out of all these shapes that I've gone through, from the not working out ever to seriously getting into working out, you know, that's what's up, right? But I had no butt then. I was so lean. So I went from not working out to working out. And yeah, so for those who are like wondering what this live stream is about, I'm really trying to encourage people to not intermittent fast, to be more patient, that the results with your body will come, but with the right knowledge, not a bunch of shortcuts and lies and foolery and BS that we get with all dietary trends that go on. That I literally go to the gym 6 days a week. I don't care how complicated my life is. I will never give up on anything. Um, I've gone through a lot of bouts of leaky gut and candida overgrowth and all the stuff that most people go through. The only thing I never went through is a gallbladder and thyroid. Everything else I've gone through. And plus debilitating knee injury. So I really want you guys to to understand that reaching your goal always has to be the journey and not how fast can we make this happen. Okay, now again, somebody asked me what my body fat is. Like, I don't check that crap anymore. Like, I don't care. Like, probably my lowest was around 10% body fat. I'm not really sure. Maybe between 10 and 12 was my lowest. And that's before, like, now you see fit women like this all day. This is like 22 years ago. So, like this image. So, you didn't see women like this fit 22 years ago. Like now you see it all the time, but you didn't then. And a lot of women are taking enhancements to get themselves that lean. My brother and I were always blessed with really, really good abs. You can't see him on him anymore because he doesn't take care of himself, like, let's say, like I might. But he's trying to. But I have always taken care of myself. And so my body has always taken care of me in this regard. See, I'm depressed trying to get back to where I was when I first did carnivore. It's just not happening. So this is why I did this live stream, my Texas girl, because it doesn't matter. You see those pictures when I was on crutches? I was on crutches for 4 years. It was the most depressing, dark time of my life. The boyfriend I had at the time was like, you never get better. He's like, you're always sick. There's always something wrong. And he left me in Sweden 2 days after, I don't know how many surgeries I had at that point. It was the darkest time of my life. I couldn't walk. The boyfriend left me. He literally got out of the apartment we shared, and he left. And he just left me. And I was like, I'm in freaking Sweden by myself, and I can't even walk. I mean, I literally couldn't even go outside because my leg had just had a fresh new surgery. So it was like super swollen. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I've gone through some things in life, my people. I've gone through some things in life. And the only reason why y'all show my little Instagram stuff now is because I've worked so hard for it. But I've always been transparent and have told you some crappy shite has happened to me. But that was just some snapshot into the life, because I want to live life to the fullest. And when I start going back to even when I was 17 years old, this is the trip. I went to Africa. And that was, I've got a bunch of African stories from that trip to Africa. Those were the only kids that let me take pictures of them in Zanzibar. But I just want you guys to get a little bit better perspective of that. I've had look. Again, for those who just start watching, this is me when I was about 37, I think. And look how much older I look in the face. Okay? This is me then. This is me now. I mean, obviously I've gotten older. But look how hard I am in the face. But I'm lean as frack. Like, is it worth it to be that lean when you're going through gluconeogenesis, aging your face? I started getting wrinkles on my chest at that age. And my mom was like, your skin's looking wrinkly. My body was eating itself so much. So it was not good to be under eating. And then for my body to get the energy, it had to go into gluconeogenesis and start breaking down amino acids in my skin. You can't see it in the picture, but it was happening up close. Yes, again. Okay. So y'all don't understand. Like, I've gone through it. See, there are things that happen in menopause I can't control. Hormones are very difficult. You can control anything, Texas girl. You can control it. It's your adrenals. When you go through menopause, you have to protect your adrenals like they are the holy, like, grail, because they're the ones that are going to decide if your menopause is going to go that way or that way. You can control postmenopause. I'm going through it right now in my 50s. The doctors wouldn't check mine or my husband's A1C, only fasting. I do have a sponsor called Let's Get Checked. I think the new code, they changed the code. Stephanie Keto Caps. You can get your A1C checked through it there. They send you a kit and you prick your finger if you want to get your A1C checked. See, love your positive spirit, energy. Yes, energy. So I never skated against Judy Oyama, by the way. So Judy is a little older than me. But she was the one that we were living in Santa Cruz, and she was such a sweetheart. We skated a couple places together, and we have stayed friends to this day. She also helped me. Judy is probably a big integral piece of why I got into the Smithsonian Institute, because of Judy. She reconnected with me on Instagram. What if you don't have issues with cheese? Everybody's got issues with cheese. It's very subjective. People don't understand, we could breathe this crappy ass, polluted air and say we have no issues with it. But we are oxidizing, right? We're having, oxidative species, where your body is so exposed to so many toxins, you may not feel it each day, but it's like your toxic bucket load goes higher and higher and higher, and then you start to age. So yes, cheese is super inflammatory. Unless you're eating raw cheese from a grass-fed healthy cow, it's a hard pass no. Have you have to get off sweets? Yes. Don't let that be a struggle, Sade. Why would you let that be a struggle? No. Mind over matter. I totally agree with that. That's why I don't have any more kids. But I had him at 14. Okay. I think I'm missing something. These are old comments. People need no BS friends like you to get better outside of. That's a huge thing. You're very influenced by who is around you. So as you see, I'm by myself on a ranch in Tennessee, and I've been detoxing my soul from the garbage that is happening in our world today. Plus, people are like, whatever happened to the Greek guy? I love him, but he over there in California. That's amazing that you could still be so fit even though you can't run. That's right, because I'll never give up. I am this fit because I will never give up. I will never allow myself to get old. That's what I was saying earlier, is that people are like, oh, I'm older now, so and I said, I will never be like my mother. I will never allow my body to fall apart. Never. They better strap me down to do that. Okay, you're gonna put some cookie boxes in me? You better strap me down for that. I totally identify with what you said about your mom. I lost my mom in 2020 at the young age of 60. That is so sad. She ate anything she wanted and smoked, and I begged her to change, but she wouldn't. And I'm so sorry, Mandy. I'm really sorry to hear that. People just, Yeah. Yeah, I've lived a pretty amazing life. I started skateboarding in the 80s, and then I became pro. I was sponsored AM, and then I became pro, and then I moved off to Europe. I lived in Europe for 16 years, and I wanted to see the world when I was young. So I started traveling, and I lived in an African village and had crazy stories from living in this African village. And then I started going back to Africa and traveling to different parts of the world. And when the Berlin Wall was still up, I went past Checkpoint Charlie and went to East Berlin and had all those types of crazy experiences. Nammy started skating the year I was born, and you look younger than me. Sonny says, oh, yeah, I started skateboarding in 1986, and I was born in 1967, my people. And I got some rough, hard light on me, so you can really see. Um, see, somebody said, wow, this is the time where anybody on the replay, if they don't like this, it's the time to move on, because I'm going to talk to my people. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I got to work out. I was tiny in my 20s, then gained through the years. Now I'm back to that again. Need to work on in muscle and bone health. Yeah, like I don't have time to get old. I gotta go take care of like horses and donkeys and stuff. Like build houses like my own, and you know get my power tools and learning how to build stuff, and do some jujitsu and still travel around the world if I can. Like, just because we're getting older does not mean that we have to be put out to pasture. Yes, I gained all this, but number one, I started keto. So keto helped my hormones. So one thing is my butt started getting big for some reason when I started doing a ketogenic diet. And then also like eating all that fat, literally I'm not even lying. My mom to this day is like, what the frack with your butt? I'm like, I mean, and you see these pictures, I had no butt. Look at that. You can't see it because it's black. That is no butt. See? That's what happens when you lean. When you that lean. I had no butt. Look at that. This is the booty today. I do not know how that happened. I'm not even lying. Look how flat that is. I don't know why. I don't know. And you can bounce a quarter off that mother sucker. I don't know why. I don't. No butt at all. That's why you shouldn't chase the skinny. Look at that. No butt. Look at that. That was my butt when I was that lean. Look at my butt. Am I right? I had no butt. I should do a video that says, I had no ass before. Like, that is nothing. Look at that. No butt. That was my butt for a long time. This is my butt now. Right? Still lean. But the butt just popped out. But y'all, I train 6 days a week. Okay? I train 6 days a week. This body full natty. I train 6 days a week. What'd you say? Somebody wrote a strange word. Is it true that working out stresses out your body, hence we age more? No. That's too general said, right? No. The body can be very anabolic, which means to build up if you know what you're doing. Talvicious 37. Any thoughts on hair falling out? Yeah, that's Gretchen. That's boo boo. That if you look, you guys know I'm putting together a challenge. I'm really excited about this challenge. I'm working my ass off on it. The signups are not ready yet, but I'm going to do this awesome challenge that's going to include all 3 diets because not everybody's the same. And I also run a course. You can also book a consultation if you really are trying to figure out why your hair is falling out. book a consultation through stephanieperson.com because this is your thyroid. Unless it's low iron, which I don't think it is. Let's see. How many calories were you eating back in the on the carbs? I don't know. All I know is eating like cornflakes and like toast for breakfast. And I love me some orange juice. Gave me a lot of cavities. I would have like sandwiches at lunch. And then I would have like vegetables, chicken. I ate a lot of chicken. I wasn't really into beef then. I'd have chicken, some vegetables. I'd have like lentils, rice. That's what I would have for like dinner. I went through this like curry phase where I was like eating rice and curry and lentils. You see, Steph, I'm scared because I signed up for CrossFit. Yeah, CrossFit's not my favorite for people who've got adrenal issues and thyroid issues. Don't think I'm going to need to eat some carbs. No, you don't have to eat carbs to do CrossFit. That's not true. But if you're having adrenal issues, I wouldn't do CrossFit. I don't like CrossFit because they're like overstress the adrenals for time. I don't like it. Oh my God, you've been to Cuba? Yes. That's so cool. I'm Cuban, but I live in Arizona for over 18 years. Aw, I didn't know that, Gretchen. Cool. So working out doesn't age as faster? No. Working out makes you young. What you talking about? Your body's hormones, like every muscle cell is an endocrine producer. It helps balance your sex hormones, your bone density. Like, it is so important to work out resistance training on a level I can't even explain as a woman and a man, but especially as a woman as you're going through menopause. Like, you must work out or else your body just falls apart. Like, literally your body falls apart if you don't resistance train. I started skating and messed up my shin and then I quit. Yeah. What can we do starting tomorrow food-wise? Like step one. Ruth, I would need to know what you're doing now. I can't just tell you what to eat without knowing what you've been eating and where your health is at. I don't know if you're hypoglycemic. I don't know if you have any thyroid issues. I don't know if you've got a gallbladder issue. I don't know if I don't know. So when you guys sign up for a consultation, I nail it. Then I'll know. Steph, are you able to look at a person and able to create a plan? Yes, I got you. I've been working with thousands of people over the years. Y'all know, go back to my video catalog. We're now saying energy, and I look a hot mess. Hot mess. Yes, in the beginning of my keto journey. I got you now. You learn, right? I'm an autodidact. You learn over time through people. Okay, I can sit and read some stupid ass study or follow another person, or I can use the 8,000 people that I've coached over the years. You learn so much. It's incredible how much you learn when you start, having your own observational studying of the correlations. That's how I learn all this stuff. That's how I talk about all this stuff. When I start connecting the thyroid to your deficiencies, to your gut, to the cortisol pathways. It's very, very, very fascinating. To your liver function, how the thyroid tanks when the liver is not functioning properly. And a lot of you guys have too much estrogen in your life and you're very estrogen dominant, too many xenoestrogens, and then the liver's bogged down, and then the kidneys are bogged down, the gallbladder's bogged down, the thyroid becomes bogged down. And a lot of gurus don't talk about this. Just go prime and fast and everything will get fixed. Not. Let's see. Shalom, you were beautiful then and beautiful now. Keep inspiring the name of the Almighty. You got it. The fact that you are able to come back from a crazy injury. Exactly. And we're talking. And I didn't come back. I still can't run. Okay. My knee is destroyed. I still need more surgeries. I just can't deal with surgeries anymore. My doctor wanted me to do another surgery. And I said, not only am I done doing surgeries, I'm leaving Sweden. I'm tired of this, and I left. So my knee is still a hot mess. I have no more cartilage. My medial meniscus completely gone. My patella tendon snapped. My ACL and MCL snapped. I still have screws in my knee that hurt all the time. Yes, but you can still make it. And I lost flexion and extension of my leg, and I have a ton of arthritis. Husband left me too because I'm sick and I haven't been able to get better. Lowest point, left alone. I continue to search for the way to heal chronic illness. And Lavender, that's why you're here. You got to pick your ass up by your bootstraps, and you got to find the strength that you've never had before, because that is the reason why we're designed on this planet, is to survive. When on this planet to watch sports on television and eat garbage and watch TV all day, we are designed to move our bodies 24 hours a day and to live and to breathe and get your ass outside, get some vitamin D. Okay? Bodybuilders, don't listen to bodybuilders, okay? Gretchen, just don't listen to bodybuilders. They all have health issues. Okay, I love your content. You are my new favorite teacher on health, keto, and carnivore. Thank you, Lavender. I only do high fat in the day. If you're puking, you gotta fix your gallbladder, Gretchen. Cheese used to make me have crazy dreams, sometimes nightmares. Yes, I think that sounds like histamine. Goat is for skin, hair, teeth, bones, body defenses, and spleen. Fast them alone. Okay, you guys have conversations with yourselves. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. I don't check to see who's liking this stream, but it brings people to my lives. And you just click on the chat box, pop you out, hit the thumbs up, and pop back in. Yep, that's why. Let me see. I'm just here. Thumbnail scared me. You were skinny. Exactly. That's why I've gone through all these pictures. Please stop chasing thin bodies. Men, it's harder to do that. Like, women can lose a bunch of weight, and they're like, oh my God, I lost a bunch of weight. And everybody's like, oh my God, so good for you. You lost 60 pounds. But then they lost their adrenal function, their thyroid function. Their skin starts becoming crepey. They become estrogen dominant. They're skinny fat. They're super tired. And the thyroid blew up into a million pieces, which is why I can't stand fasting, which is why I can't stand fasting in keto, in carnivore. It's like y'all are just chasing these thin ass bodies and, showing you pictures of like Nositol, I was not healthy when I look like this. This is fake. See that? I look amazing, but I wasn't. How do you reverse your cavities? You can use oregano oil and coconut oil to get rid of cavities. It's called oil pulling. My consultations, go to my website if you guys want to check out more information about the consultations. I don't like to talk about the prices of the consultations on these lives, although I'm probably the lowest charging person out of all these people on the internet. That's for dang sure. Only halfway through the lives. All your pics are cute as F. Still slaying. Love and appreciate you. Thank you, Kimba. Knees over toes. Yes, I know. People have been talking about this knees over toes, guys, forever. But I'm doing good, though. I'm doing good. Well, guys, I've been on this for an hour and 23 minutes, probably driving the replay people insane. But I just want to show you that when you eat too little, you got abs, but your face looks like you're aging. This is what eating a lot of fat. When I started eating a lot of fat, I instantly, my skin was like, oh my God, I'm so hydrated. So eating a lot of fat has clearly helped my face exponentially. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, y'all, it is that time. Thank you, everyone, for joining this live. And when I'm hyper, I just act like a complete dork, so forgive me, but sometimes you just gotta let out the dorkage. You just gotta be stupid sometimes. You just can't be professional. It's not fun. Hey, I just had some pork. A pork butt. That's awesome, Kimba. And you know what? Thunder did not bug us. He's learning. That's good. For those who don't know me, I have a horse. I just moved from California, and then I went to Texas, and I was just completely gutted and destroyed there. My horse almost died a few times, and I got the videos and pictures. I'm going to show you that too, but I'm going to be way more organized for that. And then I ended up in Tennessee, and I was only had like a matter of weeks to find a place to live, or else I'd be homeless with big ass animals. And then I made it here to try to escape what's happening in the world today. And I wanted fresh water, and I'm going to do geothermal cooling and heating. I'm doing radiant floor tubing in the cement pad. I'm going to do a barn dominium, and I'm going to show you guys how you can buy land and build a home on the cheap if you believe that you can do it, and not have to get a bank loan. The dark is just worse as you get older. I know. Like, see, yeah, I'm a serious dork. I'm not, I yeah, life is interesting. Life is interesting. Don't fast. It'll age your face like it aged my face. This isn't fasting though. This is just under eating. That's under eating. Look at that. That's when I was 37. That's 18 freaking years ago, my people. 18 years ago. Okay? 18 years ago. So I just want people to feel like you don't have to. Please talk about using bentonite clay to detox. Yes, Jan will talk about that. I have a course page, you guys. It's only $15 a month. I will talk about that on the course page tomorrow, Jan, if you're there. Because I'm about to bounce. About to bounce like a bouncing ball. So thank you, everyone, for joining this live. Get ready for the challenge. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to do everything. I'm going to show you how to make some food. I'm going to show you how to work out. I'm going to cover all 3 diets, and I'm going to teach you about your liver, your kidney, your gallbladder, postmenopause, building muscle, and how to deal with your thyroid, and like as much as I can think of, we're going to go there. And it's pretty much my book made into Cliff Notes. Thank you, Lexi. If I'm feeling bad, I'll just go online and get some. No, I'm really proud of the work. I'm proud of the work, and by myself, and not getting encouragement from anyone, and just fighting through life and never giving up. Just never freaking give up. Try goat meat for hair to fall out or hair thinning. Eat it on its own. Get Middle Eastern. It's not that simple, honey child. Goat meat, it's just like saying fasting is going to cure everything. I don't think, you got to realize that some people have a histamine reaction to goat meat, and all that's going to do is make their hair fall out more. So everything's contextual. You can't use any generalities for like a big, massive group of people. What works for one person doesn't work for the other. And I think that a lot of people online kind of miss that, understanding that just because one thing worked for you, who cares like that it worked for you? It doesn't matter like what works for me. I've developed a lot of GLUT4 receptor sites. So my blood sugar is high. If I have a lot of protein, I'm not going to store that, right? I'm going to use it because I'm a freaking athlete. I've got a lot of GLUT4 receptor development on this muscular frame. But somebody else in their 50s who weighs the same as me cannot eat the same as me. You cannot. That's why we're different. Oh, the ancients. The ancients. But the ancients didn't have the jacked up guts we have today. They had amazing, beautiful, perfect, strong, small intestinal walls with a balance of bacteria in their large intestine. Not today. We are a hot friggin' mess today. We cannot compare hunter-gatherers who didn't eat to the humans today. Being active and healthy, you didn't see yourself up for serious illness. You didn't set yourself for no. No, I will not. I will not. I will not. I will not be fat. I will not be sick. I will not be unhealthy. I won't. I know better now. There is no excuses. Once you hit 55 and you learn, I will not digress. I will not miss anything. I don't miss the what is it? The addiction that you have to certain foods that ruin your health, when now today the feeling of independence, right? I feel free. I don't feel like a slave to all this garbage food. I don't feel like a slave to the cravings. I don't feel like a slave to the joint pain and the aches. And I don't feel like a slave to any depression. I will not. I will survive. I will be strong. That's what it's about, people. Don't give up your dreams. Ever. You must manifest what you want, and not through a bunch of shortcuts. You must work hard. It must be difficult. That's what it's about. All right, my people. My brother called when I was on the phone, so I better call him back. Peace. StephaniePerson.com to book a consultation. Get ready for the challenge. The signups are not ready yet, but soon. I can't say the date. I gotta say the date once I got my web guy to organize it all. And I'm almost done with it though. And I gotta just film the videos and then I'm done. And then we're good. It's gonna be so much fun to do this, and summer's coming. Yeah. Not at all. No ass at all. Shredded. No ass at all. Yeah. But that's what's up, right? That's what's up. That's what's up. Friends that grind. Thank you everyone for joining this live. I was in a silly mood. I was in a fun mood. I'm so grateful for life. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so blessed that I was born in the United States of America. And yeah, life can be good. It's really what you make of it. So don't give up. It's not over. The body always wants to heal. It doesn't want to stay stuck in a bad way. People who got the concoction in the shoulder, a lot of them in my consultations, they're like, well, what do I do now? Like, it's too late. I'm like, don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say it's too late. Okay? Never. I don't care what the situation is in life. It's never too late. Never. You can detox, you can learn, you can do everything you can. Never say anything's too late, my people. Never. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Galloway. And it's time for me to go. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Go check me out on my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business Person. You sprained your ankle. Or on Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic, or my website, stephanieperson.com, if you want to join my course and wait for my challenge. It's coming around the corner. Or if you need a consultation. You know, this is what I do for a living, so, but I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks, you guys. And I'm out.